The backyard buzzed with laughter, the air thick with the scent of grilled meat, beer, and sweat. Conversations flowed easily. Work complaints, relationship stories, past blunders, just another night among friends. It was the kind of gathering I had always enjoyed, uncomplicated and familiar, until the video. Ryan nudged me, shoving his phone in my direction. "Dude, check this out." His voice carried a casual amusement, like he was about to share some harmless joke. Then I heard it, a sound both intimate and unmistakable. My fingers stiffened around the beer bottle as I turned toward the screen. A hotel room, dim lighting, tangled bodies. My mind resisted at first, struggling to make sense of what I was seeing. And then I recognized her, the way she moved, the little noises she made, things I thought belonged to me alone. My wife, and she wasn't with just one man. There were two. A chill crept up my spine, sharp as a blade. The laughter around me dulled, swallowed by the pounding in my ears. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe the lighting distorted things. Maybe the video quality was bad. But then she smiled. Not just any smile, the one she used to give me. The one I thought was mine. A timestamp appeared on the screen. A week ago, the same night she told me she was out with her friends. The same night I kissed her goodbye before work, believing I had a loyal wife waiting for me. My stomach twisted, a sickening wave of nausea rolling through me. Beside me, Ryan chuckled, still unaware of the nuclear reaction going off inside my chest. "She's wild, huh?" He took another sip of his beer. "They said she's married, but she—" I was on him before I even realized I had moved. My fingers locked around his throat as I shoved him hard against the fence, his beer slipping from his grasp and shattering at his feet. The party noise warped into a distant hum. People turned, voices rose in alarm, but I heard nothing except my own voice, low and cutting. "You have 10 seconds, bastard." My grip tightened. "Tell me everything, or I swear I'll turn you into dust." Ryan's smug grin vanished, replaced by sheer panic. He clawed at my wrists, his breath coming in short, frantic gasps. "Whoa, man! Chill. 9. His voice cracked. "Dude, I didn't know she was your wife. I swear." Jeff sent the video in the group chat, said she was some married chick who liked to mess around. 8. A hotel, I don't know which one. 7. Think harder. He swallowed, eyes darting around, looking for someone to step in. No one did. Smart. "Someplace downtown," he stammered. "They meet there a lot, I think." 6. The hesitation in his eyes told me everything. This wasn't a one-time thing. It wasn't just some drunken mistake. She had been doing this for a while. A long while. Something inside me snapped. I let go, and Ryan slumped against the fence, gasping, rubbing his neck like he had barely escaped something worse. Maybe he had. I turned away, hands trembling, not with fear, but with a sharp, controlled rage. I could have beaten him senseless right there. It would have been easy, but easy wasn't enough. Mercy wasn't an option. She had chosen this. She had chosen them. Now, it was my turn to make a choice. Without another word, I left the party. No goodbyes, no explanations. Just walked to my car, hands clenched, adrenaline flooding my veins. The night air bit at my skin, but it did nothing to douse the inferno raging inside me. Images from the video replayed with cruel precision. The way she moved, the way she looked, the undeniable pleasure in her face. She hadn't been coerced. She hadn't been hesitant. She had wanted it, enjoyed it, and that meant she had made her decision long before I ever saw the proof. Fine. I slid into the driver's seat, gripping the wheel so tightly my knuckles turned white. Revenge had to be meticulous, public, something she would never recover from. But first, I needed more. A lead. Ryan had mentioned the hotel downtown. That was my starting point. I didn't need him anymore. His usefulness had already run its course. As I drove, my mind pieced together the puzzle. The city had plenty of hotels, but my wife wasn't the type to pick a random one. She liked familiarity, comfort, and then I remembered, months ago, she had taken a weekend trip to a spa with friends. She had returned home different, relaxed, glowing. more affectionate than usual. I hadn't thought much of it at the time, caught up in work. But now I saw it for what it was. Pulling over, I scrolled to my phone, searching for upscale hotels with spas. 3 options came up. I started with the most expensive one, the Park Regency. 5 stars. Modern, sleek, the kind of place you would choose. The parking lot was half full when I arrived. The lobby was quiet, a few guests lingering near the bar. I approached the receptionist with a polite smile. "Hey, my brother was staying here last weekend. He lost something in his room, but I don't know the number. He was here with a woman, blonde, blue dress, loud laugh. Might be under his name or hers." The receptionist hesitated, fingers poised over the keyboard. "I'm sorry, sir, but we can't give out guests." I slid a $100 bill across the counter. "I just need to know if he checked out already." Another pause. Then the bill disappeared. A few keystrokes later, she nodded. "They checked out 3 days ago." "Got it." I leaned in slightly. "One last thing. Do you have security cameras in the hallways?" I had suspected my wife was with another man, and I needed confirmation before I confronted her. The receptionist hesitated at first, but eventually handed me a USB drive with footage from the hallway cameras. "It resets every week, so this is all I have," she whispered. I took it and left without another word. Back home, I plugged the USB into my laptop. The footage was grainy but clear enough. There she was, my wife, holding hands with a man I didn't recognize, laughing, kissing in the hallway before they disappeared into a suite. A cold wave of realization washed over me. I saved the footage and sat in front of my laptop, staring at the evidence. There was no denying it, no excuses. She was mine, and she had given herself to someone else. But I wasn't going to scream or argue. That would be too easy, too kind. If she wanted excitement, I would give her something unforgettable. If I confronted her immediately, she'd cry, beg, twist the truth in her favor. I had no interest in her excuses, so I needed to act normal. The next morning, I made breakfast as I always did: bacon, scrambled eggs, coffee. I even kissed her on the forehead when she entered the kitchen. She smiled, unaware of what was coming. "Morning, babe." She stretched, yawning. "Did you sleep okay?" I let out a small chuckle, not entirely a lie. "I slept great," I said. After all, I had a plan. She scrolled through her phone, probably texting her friends, oblivious to my watchful gaze. "How was the party last night?" she asked casually. "Same old," I shrugged. "Work talk, bad beer, Ryan being an idiot." She smirked. "I bet." I wanted to pull out my phone, show her the video, let her see what she had thrown away. But I didn't. I just smiled, knowing the longer she believed everything was fine, the harder the fall would be. She lived for her image, an influencer, obsessed with the illusion of perfection. She crafted a life online that others envied. That was her weakness, and I would use it against her. Her birthday was coming up, a lavish party already in motion, with an exclusive venue, expensive catering, and a guest list of friends and family. It was the perfect setting for what I had planned. I sent out the invitations myself. Proof alone wasn't enough. It needed impact. So I compiled everything: the hotel footage, text messages from her cloud backup, bank transactions, hotel charges, gifts she had bought for him. I edited it into a single damning video. No commentary was needed. The evidence spoke for itself. Then I scheduled an email blast. Delivery time, 9 p.m. The perfect moment. The days leading up to the party were almost amusing. She was giddy with excitement, constantly talking about the event, choosing outfits and coordinating details. She kissed me more than usual, perhaps out of guilt. I played my role, smiling, laughing, pretending nothing had changed. The venue was packed the night of the party. Music, laughter, a perfect celebration. She was in her element, dazzling in a gold dress, drinking champagne, soaking up admiration, completely unaware. I moved through the crowd, shaking hands, exchanging pleasantries. Everyone was here to celebrate her, and she basked in the attention. Her best friend clinked glasses with me. "God, you really went all out," she grinned. She's so lucky to have you. I simply smiled. Oh, she's lucky, all right. At 8:50 p.m., she took the stage, her face glowing. I just want to thank my amazing husband, she gushed, blowing me a kiss. I'm so blessed to have him in my life. The irony. I raised my glass. Anything for you, babe. The crowd cheered. She beamed. At 8:59 p.m., my phone buzzed. The scheduled email had been sent. The shift was subtle at first. People pulling out their phones, confused expressions. A murmur rippled through the room. Then a gasp. What the hell? Someone muttered. A woman covered her mouth in shock. Then another, and another. Her parents. Her best friend. One by one, they all saw it. She sensed a change in the room. Saw the way people stared, whispered. What's going on? She laughed nervously. Then Rachel, her best friend, turned to her, holding up her phone. Tell me this is fake. The video played on loop, her in the hotel, the text messages, her own words exposing her betrayal. Silence stretched across the room before chaos erupted. Her mother sobbed. Her father seethed with rage. Friends backed away in disgust. Her perfect image crumbled in an instant. She turned to me, eyes wide, voice trembling. You, she whispered. You did this. I tilted my head. Did what? You exposed me, she screamed, stepping closer. You ruined my life. I laughed. No, I said, you ruined your own life. I just made sure everyone got a front row seat. She grabbed my arm, desperate. We can fix this. I pulled away. You still don't get it, do you? It's over. To ensure she understood, I pulled out the divorce papers. Sign these, I said, voice steady, or I'll make sure this video reaches your sponsors, your brands, and every company you work with. The color drained from her face. She looked around. No one was on her side. Her best friend betrayed. Her parents ashamed. And me? I was done. Security escorted her out as the crowd whispered. The party was over. Stepping out into the cool night air, I felt something I hadn't in a long time. Freedom. And damn, it felt good